So we have a government shutdown, so no meeting. Nope, just kidding. We're still here. We're going to have a meeting today, and we're going to talk about what went pending this week. We're also going to talk about what is new on the market. Those will be interviewed by the crowd with Monica. Mike's just going to talk about what's going on in real estate. I'm actually going to talk about this government shutdown, right? So we're going to do that during the stats period. And if you just want to skip around and get to your favorite part, just scroll right down here. On the About part, there'll be some blue links. You can go ahead and just click through to get to your favorite part. Now, please watch, subscribe, and share with friends. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, let's get seated. All right, come on, people, sit down. So up on the big board, if Plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters, so stay cool. I like that one, Dave. All right, so not a big list today. Only 6 homes on tour. We've had so many requests, and all of a sudden that's kind of died off. And then we started looking around to see what was out there, and they're difficult to see some properties. So we've only got 6. All right, so let's see what's going on actually in real estate. You know, Dave and I were talking about something yesterday, and I have a theory. When we're talking about property in Willow Glen, to determine value, we see price per square foot of the home often referenced as a point of value. And we see that it's, what is it average, $400 to $600 a square foot?
I don't use that because you got to worry about land.
So land, so Dave and I started looking at doing some research on land values. And if you go to properties in Willow Glen, now we're just talking about ones that are either going to be torn down or heavily remodeled, as a contractor, as Randy Pertner comes in there with his team and bangs out great projects. Actually, I looked up some of Randy's properties. And on average, and I don't know, you know, to look at this yourselves and kind of figure it out, but on average, what do things come out to? About
120 to 125.
$120 to $125 per square foot for the lot. So if you look at some of your projects and some of your properties that you've sold and you do the math, it comes out, Randy, what do you got? What are you figuring out?
I'm figuring out Bellow.
Bellow? Okay. So when you start to look at value based on land per square foot, about $120 to $130 is the average. So when you start looking at values, and we can track this a little bit on our own, and Monica, some of the projects, like 2 you had on Cabana, you and Steve Cohen, they came out to $121 each. So the numbers really fit in your model. Okay. So we're just going to kind of look at that in the future and see how the values of the land compares to the value of the property or the house. So
It's not going to work for me.
Nothing works for you, remember?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's move on and look at, what are we working on now, Dave? What's coming up on tour? So if you've got something on tour, make your way around over here along the bar. We've only got 6 properties today, so that's a good thing. We'll get to lunch sooner. But let's look at what's sold in the last week. Number 1 on top, Settle Avenue. Remember going looking at that Corinne Rafante's listing? She had a couple buyers interested in that, went into contract, $2 million. Coddle at $1.2 million, only on the market for 16 days. Comstock, Brookdale, Cherry Grove highlighted at 62 days on the market. Sandra TFT'd, came back on, it sold again. It's not a change in status, it actually was a new sale. Fairlawn, that was the one, who broke the door handle on Fairlawn? Who broke that one? I had to call and explain that. But at least it's sold and the buyers are just going to have to look at the TDS now. Lansford Minardi, that was Don Sabatini's. You guys had to go look at that property? That was a nice listing. La Mirada, Eldon, Mount Vernon, Bellow, 39 days. And then Brace Avenue, only 1,141 days on the market. It was the last short sale we could find. And then Fuller Avenue, 9 days on the market, and that was a big lot. I don't know if anybody want to look at Fuller. Actually, Lynn Rovay got that property. Congratulations to Lynn. So looking at with the spanning of pricing, it's a very healthy market. Once again, $500,000 all the way up to $2 million. We had 15 sales. Count has dropped down to 82. So we are coming into the holiday season where the numbers go down. I swore last year that the count would be over 100. I'm still not there. We're getting close, but maybe after the first year the count will go back up to 100. So looking at what we're going to look at on tour, who's here to look at the Lynette? Lynette's here. Jose, Crystal, Mike, Ann, or Valerie. If you're here, come on around. If not, we'll have a very short meeting.
Geez, Lynette, come on up.
Hey everyone,
Lynette with Intero. So 1718 Cherry Grove, we've redone it, it's beautiful. Open this weekend, open to you guys first, then no show till tomorrow after 9. It's just under 1,700 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, new kitchen, new bathrooms, hardwood floors, gorgeous. We're gonna look at offers in a week and a half, so just give us a call. Thanks.
Great, thanks. Is Jose here? Anybody here for that property? How about anybody here for Cobble? No? Okay, moving right along. How about the next one? Willow Glen Way? Wow, this is gonna be fun. Okay. Ann, are you here? No, and I know Valerie's not here. Well, I'm done. Okay. Oh, okay, we're gonna talk about that later. Right now, we're gonna go to stats review.
All right, well, that was great. Well, thanks, Lynette, for showing up. At least you're first, too. You're first and last, I guess. All right, so let's look on over at the board and see what happened for our statistics for the week. Basically, what we did is we took that front page of what went pending, we averaged on it up, and when you do that, it's at 915, 900,000. 915, 900,000, that didn't make any sense, sorry. $915,900. And compared to this week last year, we were at 776, 170. So as you can see, there's a bigger differential there, but to make sure that we're keeping our eye on the prize and making sure we're not just making bold statements week to week, we look at the 12-week average. So when we look at our 12-week average, we're ahead of pace because for the last 12 weeks this year, we're at 900,000. Last year, we're at 853. So we are ahead of pace not only for the week, but even on our 12-week average of what our pricing has been doing. Now, when we get away from the price, we talk about the units. I'm bringing in 2011 as well, just for fun. And when we look at that, we had 15 for the week, and we had 22 this week last year, 18 back in 2011. What we've been noticing as a trend is 2012, while the price point was lower, the amount of units was higher, and that falls true again for this week. And to look at the average of it, it's pretty much an average week, because it was 15 for the 12-week average this year, 22 last year, and 16 back in 2011. So just a pretty average week in regards to the number of transactions that actually went pending. Some more information that we got for our Area 10 here for Willow Glen is the count of homes. Now this obviously is just the class 1s. So we're looking at 82 houses on the market. We were at 88 last week, so we're down 6 for the week. This week last year we were at 76, and just to kind of put some perspective on where we've been, in 2011 we had 157. As I continue to say, that number continued to drop where it matches up to where we're at now. So hopefully we'll start to go the other way to see some selection available for our buyers out there. Our 12-week average is actually at 85, so we're actually dropped below our 12-week average this week. The 12-week average in 2012 was at 84, so we're below that as well. And as you can see, back in 2011, we were averaging about 174 for the quarter. Now, days on market. On the days on market, you'll notice I got an asterisk next to that number 24. Why do you guys think that is? We had that 3-year short sale that was on the market that you saw on the front page. That was on Brace Avenue. That was on for 1141, so 1,141 days or 38 months. I took that out because that's not kind of normal, right? So I didn't average that in there, because if I left it in there, it would be about 92 days, average days on market for the week, and it would skew off our 12-week average as well. But back in 2011, we were averaging 82 days on market. So you can see how far we've come in regards to how quickly things are getting gobbled up because of the lack of inventory. Back in 2012, it took 36 days. Now to look at the 12-week average of that, I'm bringing up just the 2012 and the 2013 numbers. The 2013 we're at 29, so we're a little bit ahead of pace. And in 2012 for the 12-week average is at 35. Now why did I not bring it up for 2011? Pure simply, I didn't track it that long in 2011. This is only the second week of 2011 that I started tracking that. So in the weeks to come, I'll start bringing that in too, just to kind of give you a perspective of where we've been for the last 2 years as well as currently year to date. When we move away from the days on market, to keep you guys well-rounded, let you know what's going on in other places besides Willow Glen, is to bring in the areas 1 through 23. Now, I like to say this is the greater San Jose area, right? Because it's going to go Gilroy all the way on up through Sunnyvale, Cupertino, areas like that, Santa Clara. So we're also going to bring in our PUDs as well as our single families. So we're looking at 1796 for the week is where we're at on that, which is 460 units, or about a 25% differential from where we were in 2012 in regards to our total inventory. And it's only up 2 units for the week. When we look at our pendings are at 1778. Last year they were at 2760, so there's a differential the opposite way of 982 year over year on that. We were down 41 units for the week on the pendings, so our pendings are getting are slowing down their pace a little bit this week, and our actives were only up 2. Our percentage of what is under contract, now, I love this stat. I used it when meeting with a client just yesterday, and this is a great comparison stat, I think, because 49% of the homes are under contract, 49.6 to tell you the truth, and that's the class 1s in areas 1 through 23. So the opposite of that would be that 50.4% of the time when you drive down a street and you see a for sale sign, you put an offer on that property. Whereas back in 2012, it was only about a third of the time. So there's more selection available for that buyer. Now, I don't say that it's a buyer's market. I don't say it's a seller's market. It looks like it's a little bit more even at 50-50, in my opinion. When we look at the Class 2s, those have moved considerably. So the Class 2s are dead even at 50% for the week, and 1 year ago they were at 78%. And pushing closer to 80, as we did see it reach up over 80% back in 2012. So those are your stats, but we did have that government shutdown, right? So I thought I'd talk a little bit about it, of how it would affect your real estate transaction, because some people are concerned about this. Some other people may not have something in escrow, so it may go back. We might go back to work. The government might go back to work before it may affect them. But basically wanted to talk about what is the challenges when it comes to real estate. And in my mind, there's basically 2 functional things that could affect your transaction. The first is that the IRS. Now, a lot of people go, great, the IRS is going to be closed, I don't have to worry about paying them. No, October 15th is still the deadline for your extended tax returns. You still need to put them, you still need to do that. You still need to do your quarterlies and everything else. But because they're on reduced staff, lenders cannot process a form called the 4506T. Now, what that is, it's an anti-fraud measure. It's to make sure that the tax returns and W-2s that a client gave us were true and accurate and correct. Fannie Mae does require this on all loans sold to them. So what do you think is going to happen when we can't get those? Some lenders are not going to fund your loan. See the problem? The next problem is the Social Security Administration. They're also not going to be processing a form that is only some of the time needed. Now, this does not affect every transaction, just the ones that there's a fraud alert on the credit report. Sometimes we might need to verify their social is true and accurate. It happens probably less than 10 or 15% of files, but they are also not processing that form. So you can see there are 2 different agencies that are affected by the shutdown that directly affects real estate. Now, here's the amazing fact. You heard a lot of the comedians at the beginning when we had that video, right? FHA is open with only 4% of its staff working, and guess what? They're still functioning. So I don't know what the other 96% of people do, but 4% of them are working and everything's fine. Now, truth be told, that's because most of their systems are automated, and what you need on an FHA file is you need an FHA case number so you can order an appraisal. That's all done through a computer. The other thing you need to do is you have to make sure that they have what they call a CABRS report to make sure you don't have any outstanding debts to the government. Again, electronic system. The thing that it could hurt your real estate transaction is that when you have a condo complex that's not FHA approved and you're in the process of getting it approved, there's not anybody there to look at that. So I know that there's a transaction going on in our office where we're trying to help out a listing agent get one approved, and so that's not going to happen until the government shutdown ends. In case you're curious, these 40 different agencies are closed, not able to function at all whatsoever. I'm not going to read the list. But then there's another 37 that are partially closed / shut down. So a lot of stuff going on with this government shutdown. I know it was fun to watch the comedians talk about it, but it is serious. There's another thing that comes up on the 17th of this month, and that is when we reach our debt ceiling. So even if we resolve this one, we may have another problem coming on up later on in the month. So, watch your news once in a while, because this could affect your transaction. And the good news right now is it's only going to affect it on the back end funding side of things. So your contingency periods will still probably be fine when you're writing them at 7, 10, 17 days, whatever your favorite lender can do. But it may affect when you're actually going to close. So thanks for your attention. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on over to Monica. I'll post all that so you know what offices are closing up on our Facebook page. It's going to be late in the day before I do that. I've got a couple appointments right after this meeting. And I'll have that on our Facebook page. There's the address for it. It's also on your tour sheet. If you're social but not social electronically, you can email me. My email address is coming up right now. I'm going to turn the meeting back on over to Monica so we can talk about what's not yet on. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Dave. Those are great, interesting information, too. Scary, but interesting. Anybody have anything new that they want to talk about in Willow Glen? Come on up.
Good morning, Emily Hiley with Alon Pinnell. I have a property with Chuck Nunnally coming on the market that's going to be heavily in need of a remodel, Randy. It's 1305 Willow Street. It's at the corner of Camino Ramon and Willow Street. It's a 125-year-old Victorian. We'll be putting it on the market next Thursday, and we're coming on at about 9:25.
Good morning. This is Darcy, Alon Pinnell Realtors. I have a listing on Hart at 1753 Hart Drive. It's a 2-story, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,700 square feet, redone beautifully, kitchen, bathrooms. It's got 2 separate family rooms, and we're going to put it on at 119, so like 1.2 this afternoon. It'll be open this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a huge price reduction on that listing that you probably saw a few weeks back. 1464 Georgetta. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, recently remodeled. Now some people it's on a huge lot at 8,350 square feet. So based on the $125, the lot is the dirt's worth more than the asking price of $999. So bring your buyers there for a second look. I know some people are confused by the pool. It has a built-in pool in back. But as we know, Randy, you bought one of my listings on on Cardinal, and that pool was gone in a weekend. So people can have a nice lush lawn like they put in a weekend and actually play pitch and putt golf in the backyard. It's that big. So bring your clients by, $999. It's a 2,000 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. 1464 Georgetta Drive. It's in the Bookson Elementary School District. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks, Terry. Anybody else? Leslie.
Good morning, I'm Leslie Lang with Keller Williams Realty. And guess what? I have a price reduction on 1610 Hicks Avenue, darling 1,200 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow, shingled, 1,000 square foot deck in the back, an entertainer's delight. It also is the home of a soon-to-be famous stand-up comedian. That is worth, I don't know, $5. Anyway, it is priced currently at $749,000, $749,000 down from $799,000. Don't all rush me at once. I know it's going to be exciting. What's $50,000 among new friends? Leslie Lang, Keller Williams. Well, blah, 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 blah. Okay, talk to you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I thought that was your house.
Yeah, are we done?
You said a soon-to-be famous comedian.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1195 Minnesota, the big Victorian that I have, we dropped that from 185 to 1699. So if you have somebody, you know, I'd just love to get some folks through that house. The sellers would like to see people come through. It will be open this weekend. Yes, I have been able to get open houses there. It'll be open Saturday from 1 to 4. What do you have?
I'd like to talk to. On the house on Patio, that house has been reduced. It is $1,999,000, 4,000 square feet, single level on a big lot, all remodeled, beautiful, all done in 2008. So if anybody has anybody, bring them on in. It'll be open this Sunday, and it's vacant, easy to show, so don't forget that one. Anybody have anything out of the area that they need to talk about?
Price reduction.
Anybody? Nothing? I did put one on Larchwood, 5252 Larchwood in Cambrian. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, really nice, super clean, big lot on the corner, but a quiet corner, all fully landscaped. If anybody has anybody for Cambrian, it is $739.
I have one more. It'll be coming on next week. Short sale, but only on the 2nd, so it should be quick. In Cambrian, on Caroline, 3-2-11-10 square feet. Price will be $748. It's got Carlton, Union, and Lee. Give me a call, 656-9297.
Great. Anybody else? And the Willow Street property that we talked about, I'll be able to show it after Halloween. There's tenants in the property, but it is right between Cherry Avenue and Glen, and it's a little brick house was on the market. That's also $739. It'll be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Walk to town if anybody would like to see that. We can get you in later. Anybody else? We're going to turn it over to Mike and wrap it up.
Oh, I'm here. All right, so I got to ask, Steve, what's going on?
A lot.
I'm happy that you're here today. Welcome. But tell us what's going on in your world.
In my world,
Your world and your CSR world.
CSR. We're opening an office downtown Willow Glen. I'm just kidding. So, no, just kidding. Well, thinking about it, but no, things are good. Things are great.
Life is good.
Life
Terry's
is good.
here.
Terry Meyer's here as well. My
Any
partner
events
Robert
coming up?
Garcia's here.
Robert's here.
Downtown Campbell. So things are good.
Any events, any charity events you guys doing lately?
You guys ever hear of shaking babies syndrome? Have you heard of that? Yeah. That's probably our final one of the year. It's a poker party for one of a friend I know who her husband shook the baby, and it's pretty graphic. And I hate to tell you this, but the eyes popped out. I know it sounds crazy. So she has no money. So we're going to do a charity event of the year for psychology and this and that for the kids support. So that's not to be a downer. That's our last charity event of the year. Other than that,
When is it? What does it tell about it?
October 25th, I believe, or Friday. I don't know the date. End of the month.
Last Friday of the month.
Send us
Last
the
Friday of the
information and we'll
month.
post it.
I will. I appreciate it. But thank you. Thank you. Everything's going good.
Good, good. No, actually, I was at one of their poker tournaments a couple months ago. It was benefiting one of the high schools.
Yes.
You know, their office over there on Camden, correct, is a beautiful facility, and they run a fantastic event there when they do a charity event. I know Leslie has done comedy there. I was there for their poker event. So if you send us that information, Dave will post it on the website. I highly recommend, if you've got the time and the energy, to go out and check it out. It is a great place, great cause, and thank you. Anybody else have anything? We're only got 6 to look at today. We're almost out of time. If you want to grab some food on your way out, it's over here. Coffee is empty. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at the first night.